Hey, Nighthawks!
We're academic coaches at UNG,
and we spend our days in coaching conversations,
talking all about your success in college,
the tough moments, the little wins,
understanding your strengths and the skills you need to thrive.
We're here to share real coaching moments,
offer you practical strategies,
and simple steps that you can apply today.
We believe you have what it takes to succeed at UNG,
and we're cheering you on every step of the way.
This is Nighthawk Coach Talk. Hey Nighthawks, welcome back to Nighthawk Coach Talk. Today I have two really special guests who are both Associate Directors in Student Involvement, which is in our Center for Student Engagement and Leadership. Cal Murphy, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
And Scott Hefner, welcome as well.
Thank you.
We're so excited you are here. So tell us a little bit about what is the Center for Student Engagement and Leadership?
Yeah, so the Center for Student Engagement and Leadership is comprised of three main areas. So we have our student involvement team, which me and Kyle serve, which oversees our clubs and organizations. We then have our fraternity and sorority life side, and then we have our leadership side as well.
Awesome. And I know y'all are like relatively new as this unit. So what made you, how did y'all come up with this department?
Yeah, so we used to be just the Office of Student Involvement, and we realized that really didn't dictate what we did as a whole. It kind of cut out the fraternity sorority life and the leadership aspect. So we kind of rebranded, renamed to make sure that we're including everything that we do that is more than just clubs and organizations.
And UNG is a leadership institution.
It is.
So what is your role in supporting that?
Yeah, so our leadership part is overseen by Mallory Rodriguez and her team, Brooke Owenby and Emily Harris. So Emily Harris oversees a lot of our service activities, so alternative breaks, Saturdays of service. Brooke Owenby is overseeing more of the leadership side. She's doing some stuff with SGA, our Bold Scholars, which is a scholarship opportunity that we offer incoming freshmen. That's a cohort program. And then Mallory is overseeing all of that. And she's our main person that's doing a lot of the Clifton strengths. So working with first year students on doing Clifton strengths and those types of things.
Awesome. Well, we are so glad to have you. And we have a special topic today. So I know as a UNG student, Weeks of Welcome is a big deal. That is the first 2 weeks of each semester. And y'all put all of that on, put all of it together with the help of other people around campus. So tell our listeners, what is Weeks of Welcome?
Yeah, so Weeks of Welcome, as you mentioned, is the first 2 weeks of class, and we help to sort of organize it. We're not necessarily hosting all of the events because that would be too much, but we work with other departments on campus, but also other student organizations as well, to kind of help have it all organized in one spot. It's all the whole calendar is on our website. And so students are able to go there and see what's going on each campus on each day. And of course, as we get closer to the semester, we'll advertise things on social media and other ways as well, and via email. But it's basically an opportunity for students to find out what goes on each campus. And really, one of our big goals is to help students feel welcome right at the beginning of the semester, because it's really important to get them engaged from the beginning. Because a lot of times, if a student doesn't get engaged from the beginning and they get kind of set in the habit of just going to class, going home, or going to class, going to the residence hall, they're going to stay in that habit. So we try to do extra fun, shiny things during the first 2 weeks, so that way we tempt students to attend, with the hope that they get hooked and continue to attend things throughout the semester and throughout their time as a UNG student.
Love that. So what kind of events can students expect? I know it kind of varies by campus and department.
Yeah, it varies by campus and department, but there are some events that are consistent on each campus. Each campus has some version of what's called a Nighthawk Kickoff, and that's something we've done for probably 5-ish years. That's kind of a kickoff to the semester, where usually there are guest speakers, whether it's the president or someone in his cabinet, typically a student leader from that campus, and then usually there's some form of food or giveaways, but it's meant to be more just kind of like a upbeat kind of atmosphere to celebrate the fact that class is back, or for some students, college is starting, and just give them a way to kind of feel more positive about it, and just kind of show that we're excited to have them back on campus. And it's the first week of class, so it's usually one of the first weeks of welcome events on each campus, and that kind of is also an opportunity for students that come to that event. We are then able to advertise the other events that are coming up during the full 2 weeks of weeks.
Awesome. Are there any other main, like, typical events that you see throughout Weeks of Welcome?
Yeah, so another main event is called Nighthawks Fest, and that's typically the second week. It's the second Wednesday of class, and we do that on 4 of the 5 campuses. Blue Ridge is the only campus that doesn't do it. And it's basically a student organization fair. So all of the student organizations that are interested and that are active on each campus can sign up to participate. And they have a table at the event, and the students will go around and talk to them and find out what they're doing that semester, or maybe if they need more members or if they need more officers. It's a really good one-stop shop for students who are interested in being involved in student organizations, but maybe don't have a concrete, like, know exactly how to go about it, or have some very multiple interests, and so they want to get involved in multiple things. This can get it all done in one go. And so they can go there and talk to a bunch of student leaders and kind of see what fits with them, both their interests and their schedule, and then from that event have takeaways of, okay, I know their first meeting is going to be this day, or their first event is going to be this day, and so they can kind of start to fill out their calendar of events and meetings that they want to attend.
Gotcha. I can see that being helpful for especially a first-year student who's getting to know the campus and life at UNG, and they can figure out what exactly we offer, because that's one thing we talk a lot about on our podcast, is that difference between high school and college. And so how does Weeks of Welcome kind of help students in that transition period?
I think just the fact that the events are going on kind of demonstrates the difference between high school and college, just to show, because of course high school you might have an event or two, like after hours, or like a play or a sporting event or whatever it may be, but I think it's a good demonstration of the types of events we typically do, kind of like almost a microcosm of what we do normally. Like here in Dahlonega for the past 5 years, the Sunday of moving, the day before the first day of class, we've done pajamas and popcorn. So we show a movie in the Convocation Center, and movie screenings are a big part of campus life here in Dahlonega in particular. So that's a good example of what they can kind of expect throughout the semester. But it definitely shows the variety of events, and also I think the power that students have to take an idea and turn it into an event, and also having a budget as well, which of course sometimes in high school your student work might have a budget, but probably not. But here it kind of teaches you a lot of different skills of how, okay, I have an interest, and it's not even a student organization, doesn't exist, but I find other students that are interested and find a faculty staff advisor, and then you're able to take that one idea and form an actual student organization from that idea, and then hold events and hold meetings and kind of create that greater sense of community.
Yeah, I think that's important when you're coming from different places. You're probably not from around here, or you might be commuting pretty close, but just finding new people and connecting to new students on campus.
Yeah, I think it goes a long way helping students finding those connections during the first 2 weeks to kind of calm down some of that anxiety of going to this new space. Even if you're from nearby, maybe not a lot of people from your high school are going to UNG, and so you're like, well, I don't know if I'm going to know anyone in any of my classes. I think Weeks of Welcome gives students opportunity to see that you're able to meet people outside of your classes as well, and it's very actually easier than they would expect to form those connections pretty quickly.
You kind of hit on something I was going to talk about next, is that anxiety or the nerves of actually going to an event. So I think students sometimes see these Weeks of Welcome or any event and they're just nervous to go. What would you say to a student in that position?
Don't be.
Easier said than done.
It's our events are intentionally not intimidating, and very welcoming. It's not a type of event where like you have to register beforehand or there are a bunch of rules or things like that. There's almost always going to be music. There's almost always going to be free food. There's going to be free things to give away. So, and a lot of them also aren't very structured in that, okay, it's a 2-hour event. You have to stay for the entire 2 hours. It's more of a drop in, stay the amount of time that you can. And I think that helps students a lot because students don't want to stay in an event for 2 hours.
I don't want to stay in
but
an event
also,
for 2 hours.
yeah, like you also feel almost like a sense of, I don't want to commit to that much.
Yes.
But since the event it's more like a lot of events are just kind of drop-in style. So they can come for 5 minutes, grab the free t-shirt or do whatever little task and then run away. Mm-hmm. And then at least they've gotten some exposure, maybe not even intentionally, and they're kind of going from there, just depending on what they feel most comfortable with. But I think we found that having the events be more approachable and kind of loosely structured helps students to kind of not be quite as anxious about it.
Yeah. And I think the little part of just getting started with a small step, even if you just go in and grab your shirt and do the thing, like then it makes it easier to go next time and grab that free pizza or, whatever it is. It makes it easier and easier. Yeah. Is there anything else either one of you would add about Weeks of Welcome or anything you want students to know about the first 2 weeks of classes?
Yeah, I mean, so he hit it on a lot of the student involvement side, but there's also like we do a community resource fair, in which you can, so if volunteering, getting involved with the community is more your thing. Maybe, we offer opportunities where outside not-for-profits come in and table. We just offer a variety. I think that's the other thing that's really nice for students is it's not just, it's just this one type of event. Like we try to offer a gambit of activities so you can find your interest. So maybe you had an interest, go try it out. I always encourage people to at least try it once, right? Mm-hmm. Part of the college experience is learning, is experience new things. So even if you tried it once, not your thing, cool, that's not a problem. Let's find something else. We have 240 organizations at the university. I am sure we can help you find something that will be aligned with y'all.
Or help you make a new one.
Or help you make a new one.
Make 241.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I do think that's important because some students may not be interested in like a club or a sport or something like that, but they might want to get involved in the community or nonprofit. And I know we've always done the community resource there, but I didn't know the extent of what that looked like. So thank you for sharing.
And then the other thing is, one of the other things that we always see is they might be like on the Blue Ridge campus and like, I can't do something on the Dahlonega campus. Mm-hmm. That's not the case. If you're a student at the university, you can go to any campus and participate in any event on that campus. So as long as you don't mind the drive, you're welcome to go to any activity on any campus. And then obviously we have the Dahlonega specific Fraternity and Sorority Life. They have a big, Meet the Greeks event that they do. And once again, you don't have to be a Dahlonega student to be a part of a fraternity. You can be a Gainesville student as long as you don't mind participating or driving that drive to come up and participate.
Anything else that y'all are thinking that you want everybody to know about Weeks of Welcome?
I mean, the only other thing I think maybe I'll add with Weeks of Welcome is it also introduces students to some of the spaces that we have that they can utilize. So there are a variety of spaces in the Student Center, both in Dahlonega and in Gainesville, that the students can use as kind of their hangout space, or if they have free time in between classes or just need time to unwind. There are spaces in Dahlonega and in Gainesville. And so we try to host some of our Weeks of Welcome events in those spaces as kind of an introduction. And so that way they can become aware of what resources they have access to. And so I think that's another aspect of Weeks of Welcome as well, because we host the events typically also in high traffic spaces so they'll get familiar with going to, say, the Robinson Ballroom in the Student Center to attend an event, or the ABC rooms in Dahlonega Hogue for an event. So that way they can get familiar with other spaces of the campus that's not a classroom.
That makes sense. Awesome. Well, we hope to see students at Weeks of Welcome in just a few weeks, right around the corner.
Yes.
Where can students find you on each of the campuses if they want to just learn more about the Center for Student Engagement and Leadership?
Yeah, so in Gainesville, we are located in the Student Center. It's room 303. We're across from the bookstore.
And then the Larnaga, really, if you go anywhere in the Hoag Student Center, because we are on almost every floor. My specific office is on the first floor, 104, right beside Einstein's. So come on in, go left. You'll see us right there.
All right. And I know you mentioned Instagram. Y'all have our social media, Instagram.
We are too old to run it.
That's fair.
But we do have an Instagram that is run by a young person.
I love it.
I think the handle is UNG.engage.
It is.
Ooh, okay.
Good for you.
Yes. You can find all kinds of fun stuff there, I'm told.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And we look forward to having you back to talk about events at UNG.
Thank you for having us.